Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Tarrant tip, and today is going to be a video on how to write a hit song. There's some rules, guidelines to follow. Obviously, it's not the same for everything, but if you follow these rules, you're most likely gonna have a hit song. So first things first is you're gonna have a common chord progression. There's this really cool video. I forgot what it's called, but if you go to join.tarrant.info, put your email in. I'll send you one of the emails. I'm gonna send you a few other training videos, so it's a bunch of cool stuff for you and presets and stuff. But one of those emails, it's a video about chord progressions, and they do like a skit of all these songs that use the same chord progression. So it's pretty cool, pretty funny the way they do it. Yeah, good group of people. I just forgot their name right now, but if you do that, you will see the video and you'll know who they are. So yeah, you need a common chord progression. If you go to hooktheory.com and then you go to tabs, they'll show the songs and stuff. But you go to progressions, you could go to famous chord progressions. Now, beginner, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or you go to intermediate, inverted chords, and then you go to intermediate 2, dominant or inverted 7s, and then advanced or just borrowed chords, so a bunch of different stuff. Okay, so let's just go to the beginner. Plain simple, it's just 1 through 6. And well, let's see. So something that fits this channel, we could do Tiesto. Yeah, so let's just do Tiesto. Everyone knows Tiesto, right? So Tiesto, Red Lights. Well, there you go. Boom. There's the common chord progression. There's the song. And there it is laid out for you. So you could copy this and then use their little program, or you could just get these right here for your song. And what do you know? G minor. That's this. If you're watching our stream, the song we're working on is G minor. This is a common chord progression. You can do that for any of these songs, and this is just the basics 1 through 6. If you want something more complex, you could go down to there. Or if you want to play this cool little, it's like a game to me because it pops up songs as you do it. So let's just do like A and do like A and just do the popular one, see what kind of song. So A, E, come on, E. And from there, F sharp minor. And then from there, D. 4% of the songs have a chord progression that does this. And these are all the songs right here. So it's cool that you could see all of these songs use the same chord progression. So when it comes to chords, it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna make some crazy thing. You just kind of want something that holds the track together. It's like, I feel like this is like the when you're doing a painting, like the background or the sky or whatever. I feel like this is just kind of like you're just blending the song together with this and holding it together, giving it the feels. Because without it, it just kind of feels empty, Like if you do a painting and there's no sky, it's gonna be empty. But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that is how I explained it. So now that you have your common chord progression, you gotta have a singable melody. Most of the songs that you remember, you're able to hum, whistle, tap out and all that stuff, which is bad news for music producers who want to experiment. If you're always experimenting, you may not get a hit song because it's going to be complex, it's going to be so new, it's going to be so unique that it's going to be hard for people to pick up. Maybe people will be able to, but it's going to be hard for them to pick up. So you want to have a singable and simple melody. So now, if you're just making the beat, that's one thing. But if you're getting some vocals and doing a hook on it and getting a chorus or something, You want it simple and memorable, but you don't want it so boring and so simple that, you know, you want it enough that you could understand, people could sing along, people could, if it's like, you know, there's musical to it, people could very poorly imitate the musical notes. It's nothing so crazy that they can't comprehend, you know. You want it nice and simple, memorable, easy to remember. The last step is when you're making your sections of your songs and adding layers, sometimes we overcomplicate things and make it really like just busy and too much going on. Maybe sometimes it does sound cool, and but if you take something out, the song is still good. You know, it's not like it's missing something. Most of those elements you could just take out if it really is not holding the song, because you really want to simplify the song to the core, and you really want to think about which element is going to stick out the most in each section and what's the focal point. So if you're putting vocals on, you're obviously going to want the vocals to be the focal point, and then everything else kind of sits behind. But then you still want maybe like the lead to kind of stick out or the chords to ride with the vocals. So then you got to think about what you want to stand out, what you want people to notice, and just what you want to drive the song. Again, if you have too much going on, it's going to be too busy. It's going to be confusing to the listener, and it's not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to remember it. They're not going to, and if they don't remember, whew, that was like a tongue twister. If they need to be able to remember it. If they can't remember it, they're not going to be able to remember to tell their friends about your song. So think about it that way. If you want them to share it, it needs to be something memorable that they're able to share with their friends. Because if you can't remember it, how are they going to share it with their friends? But that's my tip for you guys today. If you guys want to learn how to make a hit song, these are kind of the rules that go into it. But from there, I mean, you know, do whatever you want. Just kind of think about these while you're producing, and you'll see that your songs are more enjoyable and easier to listen to, remember, and more people are going to start liking your music because they're able to comprehend the song and actually like it and sing along and all that stuff. So I hope this has helped you with music producing and just understanding from a listener perspective, because, you know, unless you're just doing it solely for yourself and experimenting and seeing what you can create, you know, do whatever you want. But if you're doing it for the fans and you want to connect with them and have them able to share your music and, you know, create that nice fan base, you got to simplify it so they're able to actually understand and not just listen to them and be like, oh yeah, it sounds cool, and then leave it at that. Oh, they want a song that they love, they could listen to, and all that stuff. It puts them in a good mood. Um, it's not about making crazy stuff. It's about the purpose. Like, what's your purpose of creating that song? Is it just experimenting, just seeing what you can create, or do you want someone to feel a certain way? Do you want them to sing along? Do you want them to hum the melody? Do you want them to just groove with the chords and just let that give them the feels and the vibe? And all that's up to you. But this is my tips on how to hit a right song or get closer to a hit song and increase your chances of a memorable song. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Click that thumbs up. And we are doing more live streams. So if you haven't watched any of our live streams, go to our channel, go to the playlist, go to the live streams, and watch those. You'll see a bunch of in the studio live working, and you'll be able to pick up a bunch of techniques here and there, because I'm just working live time doing stuff, and whatever happens happens. And if it's something you don't know, now you know. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.